This transition I think is super fire. It's actually pretty simple. There's only like 2 effects you actually need to use, and then I'm going to be showing you how to sauce it up as always, make it unique. But one thing we do need to do today is keep it quick because I just took 2 melatonin and I'm recording at night, which I never end up doing. What do you say? He says, I take a melatonin and I meditate. I'm a fucking monk. Oh, that's kind of hard, huh? This new camera angle is kind of trash. All right, so hopping into After Effects, all you have to do is find 2 clips that you want to transition between. Highlight both of those and pre-compose them, and make sure to move all attributes into the new composition. I'm going to name this clips. And then the first effect you want to drag on is motion tile. What this does is basically makes the composition wider. I'll show you what that means in a second. But what you're going to want to do is go to output width and height. Make that anywhere from like 200 to 500. I would say just go 500 at first. And then also click mirror edges. I'm just going to zoom out just to show you what it's doing. As you can see here, if we go to 100 back to 100, basically just duplicates flip out. I'm gonna go 500 and 500. You can do as many as you want, but the wider you go out, the way harder it's gonna be on your computer. So I stick around 500, and then if I need to bump it up, I will later. The mirror edges just makes it so the clip doesn't repeat in boxes like that. You definitely need that for this effect. And then all we really need to do is add on transform. Those are the 2 most important effects, and then everything else is kind of a little extra. And then to get the transition started, I'm gonna go to the first frame of the second clip and then go 20 frames to the left of that. So if you hold shift and go previous frame twice, that's gonna be 20 frames. I'm gonna keyframe the position, scale, and rotation. And then I'm gonna go 20 frames to the right of the second clip. Keyframe the rotation to 180. And then I'm just gonna move over where it looks like it's the original clip again. So we can find that real quick. If you need to scale out, you can do that by going to 50, just to kind of find where you're at. You should be able to find the edges pretty easily, and then just kind of line them up as best as possible. So something like that's looking pretty good. And then if you play that, you can see we start to have a little bit of that look. Not obviously exactly what we want right now, but you can envision what we're going for. So I'm gonna go to the middle and make it a little bit less robotic. I like to just change this number because it's gonna be 90 because it's the exact middle of 0 and 180. I like to change it just a little bit past 90 or a little bit below 90, and also just move the position a bit. That way it kind of just has it like not super robotic. And then I'm also going to frame the scale to 50 so it zooms out a bit. Highlight all these and then click F9 on that to easy ease. And then once you easy ease them, you can see what we have. That's looking a little bit better. And then also what you have to do is make sure to go to transform, unclick the use composition shutter angle if it's already clicked. And then you can bring that anywhere from like 180 to 360. What that's gonna do is it's gonna have a lot of motion blur and make it look a lot better, just like smooth out the transition a lot. You can even go into the graph editor and change a little bit of the keyframes just to make it a little smoother. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I like to make the ramps so they're not symmetrical. That way it just has a little bit of like organicness to it. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Now you can see how it's a little bit less robotic looking when it zooms around, and you can spend a lot of time tweaking everything. But one effect that I would actually really recommend is optics compensation, and drag that on. I'm gonna go to the middle frame here and then make sure to click reverse lens distortion. That's gonna make it so when you bring up the number, it zooms in. And I think like right around like probably like 130 to 150 is gonna look the best. You can see if you uncheck reverse lens distortion, it makes it into a ball. So we want it to zoom in. And then I'm gonna keyframe that in the middle, go to the beginning, make it 0, and go to the end and also make it 0. As always, easy ease that. Tweak the settings in the graph editor real quick. You can see it's getting a lot smoother. Now it basically just comes down to whatever you want to add onto the clip. I like adding a lot of distorts. I think I'm gonna use some Sapphire plugins for this tutorial, but you can use like turbulence displace, wave warp, displacement map, a bunch of those things. I'm gonna use distort chroma, something like that, keyframe the amount. And I think I'm also gonna use some Displacer Pro, honestly. I feel like that worked really well in one of the examples I did. Always be sure to make the anchor X and Y both fit when you're using Displacer Pro. I feel like I'm like drunk. I would say be careful with what effects you add if your PC is not that good, because Displacer Pro and Sapphire Distort are just absolutely railing my computer right now. They're just running through it, but we're doing it for the tutorial. So drop a like. If this video gets to 1,500 likes, I'm going to be sending some of my packs to some of the commenters down below. Drop a comment, drop a like. Appreciate y'all. If you're not subscribed, be sure to ring that notification bell. Shout out my TikTok feed. Show me some yeet edits as I wait for this to render. Oh yeah, that's hard. That's hard. All right, cool. Like I said, you could pretty much add any kind of distort or any kind of effect on here. Only thing I like to do a lot, if you know the channel, you know what we're doing next. We're pre-composing this. We're naming this transition 5 or something. I don't know what number we're on, but we're adding some RS&B. It's just gonna make everything look a lot better and smoother if my computer can handle it right now. Bro, my computer is not working. Maybe just don't do this transition. Don't do this transition. It's not worth it. Like I said, just use a bunch of different effects. For this example, I use sapphire rays just to give it a little shine over here. And then the other one, I just kept it pretty simple. I didn't even use Displacer Pro. I just kept it more of a whip, and I thought this one looked pretty cool too. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I'm gonna go kick it. I'm so damn tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. The buy one get one free sale is still going on my website, so if you want to snag a pack, add 2 to the cart. One's gonna be free. They're super fire. I appreciate the support. Love you guys. Peace.